Ten Hag sacked. Ruben Amorim is the next Manchester United boss, according to reports. And it was reported this evening that, or let me say, a few hours ago, that Manchester United will be paying the 10 million compensation fee.
That's 10 million euros, about 8.7 million pounds, yes. Because actually his clause, from what I'm reading and what is making rounds, is that Amorim's, in terms of his contracts, have two different release clauses. There's a release clause for bigger clubs, obviously the caliber of Manchester United, which is the 10 million euros, about 8.7 million pounds thereabout. But then there is a lesser one for, lesser clubs, so to see, maybe what I call them, so to say, rather, maybe tier 2 clubs. So I'll be honest, I think since after Sir Alex Ferguson, this is the first time a manager is leaving, and I'm feeling downcast. Yes, the results have not, since last year, have not been in Eric's favor. It's like it's never going to be turned around. But we all saw Eric before Eric came to Manchester United for Old Trafford. Eric was the next big thing. He was the next big thing in all of Europe. In all of he was the hottest thing. Just like you could, the hype around Amorim, and you can sort of like combine the hype around some of the biggest managers right now in Europe. I'm talking of young managers. You can pair up Arteta, Amorim, Xabi Alonso, and I tell you, their hype is not up to the hype that was centered around them. Even Nuri Sahin, Eric's. Eric had, come into Ajax. Ajax hadn't won in over 2 years. He came in, gave them straight back-to-back, Dutch league, winning cups for them. Sort of like developed what went on to be the most exciting, Dutch, Ajax side in a very long time, competing in Europe, flying until he messed up tactically, against Tottenham in the semi-finals. So I don't know, but I speak for myself. I was so,
Okay, before we
over the moon to have him in Old Trafford, but sadly.
Before we talk about the next boss, that's Ruben Amorim.
Yeah.
Where do you think Ten Hag got it wrong? Where do you think he started to like?
So I think I don't know. It's going to be like
Before you give your opinion, let me tell you where I feel he got it wrong.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of his second season, where he said he was going to change his team from what he played in his first season to a transition team. And I felt, okay, why fix it when it's not broken? You played that style in your first season, and it worked. You got over 75 points, right? That's if I'm not mistaken. You finished third. You won the Carabao Cup. So why are you changing it? Why not go with what is working? But instead, he said he was going to switch from that style to a transition style. And that was why he signed Mason Mount. Mason Mount wasn't signed to replace Bruno or to bench Bruno. He was signed because he wanted to play that one number 6 with 2 number 8s. Instead of playing the double pivot and number 10 that he played in his first season, he said he was going to switch from a number 6 to 2 number 8s. And I feel that was where Ten Hag got it wrong, because I feel those players, or the players at Manchester United, are not suited for that transitional play. The patient was okay for them.
You have a huge point, but more than that, for me, I think he choosing to remain adamant. I understand, when you are believing in your ideas and all that, but there is a thin line, between believing and being stupid or foolish. You can clearly see that these players can't play this, maybe not at the moment. You can clearly see that it's not working out. I also expected that, I kept on calling for a 4-4-2. For the most part of last season, I was calling for a 4-4-2, because if you look at the makeup of that team, if we And in the last couple of games, he has gone 4-4-2. In the
Yeah.
last 6-7 games, he has gone 4-4-2. So whatever shape you want to look at it, 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1, whatever, but he has gone 4-4-2 in the last couple of games. And he has made it very difficult for himself to be. Ruben Amorim, I hope Manchester United fans know that Ruben Amorim plays a 4-4-2.
No. He plays 3-4-3.
No, he plays 3-4-3. It seems like a 3-4-3 on the defense, but he takes his shape on a 4-4-2. Go and look at it. Even when they were up against us, when he changed everything against us, he went. The Sam guy, his striker, is always there posing like the 4, but he's always close to his 10 or something like that. There is always that pairing of a 2 central forward. That's his strength. He always believes in, sort of like dynamics.
He plays 3-4-3 now.
Oh, we'll see. Ruben Amorim's team plays a 4-4-2. I was looking at some of his games. He shapes up on the attack as if it's not a 4-4-2 because he wants to use one more. But if you look at his shape when he's sitting, when he's defending you, it's a 4-4-2 shape. Just take your time and see. Take your time and go and see some of his. I was looking at them earlier before. He shapes up his team also. But the good thing about him is maybe you could say he's not shy to sort of like check his tactics, even midway in the game, go from whatever it is just to suit the game. But I'm just hoping my fans also understand that this guy may at some point play the 4-4-2, play a double pivot, maybe not wanting to run as, my fans somehow are also expecting someone that is going to have you, running like the Liverpools and Tottenham Hotspurs and probably Brentford. It may not entirely happen. That's not entirely his game. You can see, I don't know if you are also noticing that I just think it's a thing about player fans. We really, when a manager is transiting in terms of their ideologies or their philosophy or trying to finally switch into being their self naturally after they must have composed a team, set up a team, and then captain Arteta this year. I don't know if people are seeing that Arteta is becoming a Mourinho. I don't know if you see how Arteta is going for wins. He's not going any longer for brilliance. He's going to kill off because he needs a title. He has discovered that he has played exciting football for 3.5 years, about 4 seasons now. It's giving him results, but not giving him the ultimate prize. So it has, and then it is now demanding more physicality from his players. And then we're seeing his players pick more injuries. And we're seeing them now sort of like underperform. So to say, underperform in front of goals. So why I'm saying all this is because of where it also went wrong for Erik Ten Hag, where it went wrong for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where it went wrong for Jose Mourinho, where it went wrong for Louis van Gaal. The very moment they begin to demand something sort of like extra, away from the juicy, just run, just sort of like trying to be more tactical, so they can now transform teams now into winning teams. These players begin to cave. So I don't know if it's a generational thing. Is it a mentality thing? I don't understand. But for the opting time, look, I'll be honest, and if you look at the mood, if you go to your social spaces, Twitter or X rather, and Instagram, you see that Man U fans are not overly excited about the announcement of Amorim. Yes, there is a breath of relief, a sigh of relief that Eric is gone. But there is no much excitement that Ruben is coming in because we no longer know what to expect. We have seen some of the world's best coaches in Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho come in, and by their second, third season, it's like disaster. We have seen the decent DNA Manchester United darling manager in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer come in. He's got good. It seemed like he had everything going, and the very moment he began to demand the extra from these players, let's go, let's kill off teams, come and take our ships, kill off teams quickly. Sort of like impose our play and authority on these players, and then these players cave. So, and like it brings me back to what I am saying. This is fundamental. It is not a manager thing. It is not a player thing. It is a structural thing in the football club. I will be surprised. Sorry, rather, I will not be surprised if Ruben comes in and at the end of season, Manchester United is finishing third or fourth. I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah. This
I'm not going
manager bounce, I know we've seen
yeah,
it.
we've seen it. They will go 11. They could go 11 games unbeaten or 14 games where they have 11 wins, two draws and one loss. They can go on that stretch. And then soon, boom, the news, obviously, the media also, whom are never helping because there's always, Manchester United is always going to be on their lips. They begin speaking. Rashford is all guns blazing. Bruno is all guns blazing. Højlund, all the lads are all guns blazing. Maguire X, Super Maguire comes up again. Soon, the whole news is going to be Eric is the one, his mentality, his approach, his being adamant and being stubborn and all that is the issue. And then we come next season when you say, fine, can we start on the front foot? Can we begin to impose ourselves? Can we begin to kill off teams? Can we enter, smash these guys, get the result? And then we see it again. And the fans will turn on Ruben again. The media will turn on Ruben again. So I'll be honest, I don't know. Eric, I've said it multiple times. I'm saying it here again. You have me on record a couple times. Eric Ten Hag is going to go on to keep winning. He may take the next couple months off football, but once he's back again, I bet you within a season and a half or 2 seasons, Eric is going to get back winning. Because I tell you something, the Eric that has left Manchester United has become a better man. He has become a tougher man. He has become a more experienced man. And he has grown in confidence, whether you like it or not. Because the job at Old Trafford is a different job. It has shaped him and poised him better even for a greater future. And let's not forget that this is a winner. He's a proven winner. The last 6 years of his career, he has won at whatever levels you look at it, or whatever league you look at it, or whatever size of trophy you want to say. I care less about that. He's going to go on and he's going to keep winning. And I tell you, next couple of years, I wouldn't be surprised if he's coaching Bayern Munich or he's coaching AB Arsenal or he's coaching one of the. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I tell you something, the Eric, the master tactician, the guy who plays the exciting football, the 4-3-3, very confident, front foot 4-3-3, has not changed. He's still that man. So it's something about Manchester United.
With the speed at which these guys Ineos are moving to bring in Amorim. With the speed at which they are moving, it shows that they were already talking to that guy even before now. They were already talking to him.
But you remember, I don't know if you watched the presser prior to when we went to Lisbon to play them. The press guys were asking him of the rumors because the rumors have been.
When we went to Porto, not Lisbon. Porto.
Sorry. So to Porto. When we went to Porto, yeah. So the press were asking him, about the whole rumors, if he's going to stay, is he going to leave, and all that. So it's been there. It's just been sort of in the wind, but haven't been out there. So I wasn't really surprised about Amorim. But the one I was surprised about was when they were saying Xavi. Miss me Xavi. Xavi for what? What has Xavi done in world football? He couldn't do it in his darling Barcelona.
You want La Liga? You want the La Liga in Barcelona?
Just leave all that. Xavi can't do it. What's the pressure on Barca?
Yes, when they came up with a name like Thomas Frank.
I wasn't surprised about Thomas Frank, and if you ask me, I would have preferred Thomas Frank to Ruben Amorim.
Why? For you?
Yeah, because I would have preferred Thomas Frank because I needed someone who would steady us in the league. Because the truth is, as much as we want to play in Europe, and that's why I loved Ole, and that's why I miss Ole, and that's why I miss Jose Mourinho. You see, we need stability in the league. We need Prem in the league. We need to be comfortable for 3-4 years running to say we're going to be a top 4 team. So your confidence begins to
Ole made Manchester United the top 4 side.
Yeah, so your confidence begins to grow. You begin to build on it from then on, and so that's what I would have loved a Thomas Frank. I'll be honest. Yeah, you can say he's coming from Brentford, but if you look at this, if you look at it really, why are you going for Ruben? And you're looking at Thomas Frank. He has been in the Prem now 3 seasons. This is 4th season now, and he has always challenged. He has played a front foot football, very confident, style of play, and his players also do. So I would have, for me, honestly, Thomas Frank. You may say he's not the fan guy, the media guy. He doesn't have, but and I think he has the charisma. I think he has the swag of a Manchester United manager. Which is what we faulted Eric also for, because Eric never looked it. He was always sort of like, appearing not to be that confident. You saw his press conferences were sort of like a joke. It was not up to par, I'll be honest with you. I never thought, at least for me, I never thought, like, he never really, took command of his pressers, and that's also because his English is not fluent, and, he kept on like that for all the time he was in Old Trafford. So, like, it's good that the Ineos group sort of like swung into action almost immediately, and because I'll be honest, I was not also sure about Van Nistelrooy. I'll be honest. I'm not sure about Van Nistelrooy. And I'll be very honest with you. I'm not sure about Van Nistelrooy. I understand, but I wouldn't be surprised if part of if part of Ruben's coaching crew is going to contain Van Nistelrooy.
Are you sure Van Nistelrooy is going to stay and be an assistant coach to Ruben? Van Nistelrooy wants to coach.
Yeah, he wants to coach.
He has coached the club. He has coached a big club in Netherlands, PSV.
And I think he won. I think he won. He won the cup or something like that.
I can't remember. Let me check.
I think he won. I think he won. So I'm not sure, but I think he won. So obviously he wouldn't even want to be an assistant to Ruben as to Amorim. Like, that would be more like sort of like a degrade, sort of. But I don't know.
He wants to coach.
So me, I'll be honest, even Vanis, like, when they said he was going to be interim, I just said to myself, God, I just hope it's not going to be for long, because yes, on the touchline he looks so confident and all that, but I just don't think he has the edge yet. I don't think he's sort of like brushed himself up.
You won the KMVP Cup.
Okay, yeah, because I know he won something.
You won a cup.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm obviously going to support Ruben. He's my manager. I'm a fan of Manchester United through and through. I stick with the manager. I stick with the coaches. I stick with the players themselves. Going to support them as much as my feelings are hurt. As much as I supported Eric, and up until today, I'm still supporting Eric. Because I don't think the issue is entirely or solely on the manager. Neither is it solely on the players. I think it's structurally an issue in Old Trafford. There is something in our, maybe, let me speak as a Nigerian, you get waiting them bury for Old Trafford where they make us maybe Pogba don't bury lion, I mean a tiger in bury. Yeah, like, I'm just saying. So
they get to say it too. They get said I think will be cost.
Yeah, when did he say it?
Check now. They get said it before now. His press conference. In one of his interviews. He said, I think we'll be lost.
It's crazy. So I don't know, did you see his what's it called? The post, the hair's post, the hand gesture that he posted. That
I saw it. What does that thing mean?
I think
is he trying to mock Eric?
Yeah, Eric. That's what I'm thinking, because sometimes Eric does this thing when he's speaking. So I was trying to sort of like make a meaning, a sense of it, but I really don't know. I was just trying to make a sense of it, but I'll be very disappointed if he was actually referring to Eric. I understand he feels so harped on, by the way he was asked off the team, frozen out after discussing and agreeing terms of contracts with them, just went on a summer holiday, and then boom, the club is switching up on him, and that obviously that's coming from the manager.
Sorry, final thoughts. Let's round up.
Final thoughts. The manager, Ruben, about 75%, 80% looks like the one coming on. obviously I'm going to have to support him. I'm going to have to, back him, and whatever, his coaching crew is going to be made up of. Yes. And I'm also going to back the players, just going to hope they sort of like, pick it up and finally sort of like pick their season. So I think the pollution, the atmosphere is no longer polluted. Though there are still going to be some drops of Eric here and there, but I think with time, the next couple of weeks and months, that will be cleared. So I'm just thinking he should just come on. Let's see what he's doing. Let the voice. Let's just sort of like get up to speed. And so that's just. So I'm just hopeful that every other Manchester United fan are going to support Ruben. We're not going to also. And when the days sort of like become worse, become terrible, and it's like our ship is about to sink or is wrecking again, I just hope. But fans are being fans, emotional beings.
Fans are
Obviously, we're
emotional
human
now.
beings.
Fans just
Yeah.
want to.
So yeah.
You remember
yeah,
what Ferguson
so,
said? Remember what Ferguson said? He said your job as a coach is to make the fans happy.
Yeah. So now did you see
your job as a fan? Your job as a coach is to make sure that the fans go home happy.
Have you seen Rio Ferdinand? Go on Rio Ferdinand's Instagram. So
Okay.
there is he recorded his not 5 podcasts any longer, but this one he just did after Eric was sacked with Patrice Evra. Rio was shirtless. Just go on his Instagram. Patrice said that during the Tottenham game, that he texted while he was watching it. He sent a text to Sir Alex Ferguson saying, "Boss, if this was you coaching us, what would have happened after this game?" I forgot what he said. It felt like Sir Alex said something around, I think none of you would have been existed, or something like that. There was so I've forgotten the exact words, but Sir Fergus's reply was, it told the mood of the team, rage and all that, because also Patrice himself and Rio Ferdinand, I think they were particular on the players. They are hammering the fact that the players have let this manager down again. And I tell you something, if Patrice is saying this and Rio is saying this, if Patrice is saying this, Rio is saying this, Roy Keane obviously has been saying it for 10 years now. Roy Keane is saying it, Rooney is saying it, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came on air and he said it. Postecoglou is always sort of like both sides. He hits on the manager and then he hits on the players. So I think if these guys are pointing fingers to the players, but Patrice was particular, if you just go and watch again, Patrice was particular about the caliber of players there in terms of leadership. Because Rio asked him that who does he think is the leader in that team? Patrice said there is no leader. Like he has seen all of them, he has sized them up, he has watched them play and everything, that there is no leader on that team. And because is it Bruno that is going to check Rashi or check Maguire, or Maguire checking Rashi or checking Dalot or Kase or Christian Eriksen? So there's a lot of problem. Like I said, it's not solely on the players, neither is it solely on the manager. I think it's fundamental. It's about the football club. It's about the ideologies in the football club, the behavior that a football club have allowed to last over the years. Lack of discipline, lack of
let's finish up.
Yeah. Lack of how did you put it again? A structure. So I just think that if Manchester United doesn't get it right structurally, they wouldn't. You could pair up Safegi, the Pep Guardiola, and Johan Cruyff in one human being, and they would still flop.
All right. So thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you,
Amorim the best.
Yeah, we wish him all the best. We'll be championing him. I just hope. Can you have Ayonkule on the next episode? Because I know he's excited wherever he is currently. I know he's super excited about obviously Eric no longer being at the helm of affairs in Old Trafford. So
I'll try and bring him
please
over.
just try and see if he's available to get on board. I know he's going to be giving me something like a smacking, but I'm here to chest it. He's a brother. He's also a fellow Manchester United fan, and so yeah, nice talking, man. Thank
All
you for
right.
having me
All
on the
right.
show again.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good night. Yeah.